Welcome back to the Pro Shop Podcast. I'm Alex Fordedal. Alongside me is Tomas Zubrus, and this is the final interview for our 2022 OHL Draft Series, where Tomas and myself have chatted with some of the prospects for the upcoming 2022 OHL Priority Selection. And what a way to end things off, as Tomas and I are going to be talking with one of the top prospects in this draft class. Of course, you now know by the title. I'm talking about Toronto Junior Canadiens defenseman Henry Mews. Henry, thank you so much for coming on, man. How you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. Just came off the ice, so.
No, all good, man. Listen, I know as we're currently talking now, your season with the Junior Canadiens has now ended after the OHL Cup. So, to talk a bit about that, how was your season in your opinion? Do you feel you had a productive one with it being a draft year?
Yeah, it was obviously an unbelievable season. We had a great group of players and guys on our team. Yeah, we won a lot of tournaments. Too bad we didn't get the last one, but it is what it is. So, yeah, but overall, I thought I had a pretty good year, and I think our group was just special. So it was an unbelievable season for us.
And of course, you were just there alluding to the OHL Cup, which has to be, if not, well, yeah, honestly, yeah, it has to be the biggest minor midget tournament in Canada, right? Some of the best players in the modern game today have taken part in that tournament. So I know Sally, you weren't able to play in the final, but talk to me a bit about just being in that building, being a member of the Junior Canadiens, playing in such an illustrious tournament as it is.
Yeah, it was obviously, it's too bad I didn't play in the final, but it was an unbelievable experience. The locker rooms were all set up like we would be next year. We were treated like pros. And the crowd was unbelievable. It was so great to see that many people there, and the warm-ups at the beginning of the game was pretty cool. So it kind of felt like an OHL game, the final, even though I wasn't playing. But it was an unbelievable experience. So credit to the OHL for putting that on at the Mattamy Center.
Henry, it's a real pleasure to have you on. But might I ask, what exactly made you decide that hockey was something that you wanted to pursue potentially professionally?
Ever since I was a kid, I've always watched hockey, played hockey. So just watching the Ottawa Senators when I grew up in the Ottawa 67s was something that got me into it. And also my dad, he played the game. He got drafted to the NHL by Washington. So he was a big influence, and so yeah, I just love the game ever since.
A true hockey family, fair enough, man. And for OHL fans who are just getting to know you as a player, or just starting to find out about you with the OHL draft coming up on Friday. Oh my goodness, on Friday. What are some of your traits of your game? How would you describe yourself as a player?
I think I'm a defenseman who has the ability to get my team out of the zone. So, for example, making that great first pass to get my team out of the zone, or single-handedly getting the puck off the retrieval and breaking out with my skating ability to get it out by myself. And then once we get out of the zone, I like to feed the puck and then jump in as the fourth or third wave of attack, and then kind of sneak in as that high guy to be the extra option. And then in their zone, just creating offense off the blue line, like being deceptive off the blue line and getting pucks through lanes and, making those around me better and creating space. So I think that's what everyone needs to know about my game.
And then when I was doing my research for this interview, I noticed that a lot of people like to compare your game to Erik Karlsson of the San Jose Sharks. But asking you yourself, is that the player you like to model your game after, or is there somebody else you have in mind?
I mean, yeah, I think when he was in his prime, some of his game, I think I play similar to. But right now, I think I like to model my game after Adam Fox of the New York Rangers. I love watching him. He's a really smart player. He's not the biggest guy, just kind of like I am. I'm a bit taller than him, but still, he makes really what I just said. He makes a great first pass. He plays the game. I think he plays the game more simple than I do, but I'm learning to play the position, and I watch a lot of him to prepare me for the next level. So I think Adam Fox, the guy I like to watch.
And as a Rangers fan, that's really cool to hear you say, because he's one of the best defensemen, in the NHL for a reason, right? So that right there is a very good player to model your game after. But specifically in terms of your attributes as a player, what would you say is your best attribute on the ice specifically, if you have to give, one a compliment?
I think my skating is definitely my best attribute on the ice. Because of my skating, I'm able to be that offensive because I'm able to recover if I get caught, and I'm able to get myself out of situations where other players would struggle in with my mobility and my skating. But also, I think my hockey IQ is just as equal as my skating. So I think those two. But I think everyone would say I have to say my skating is my best. When you watch me play, you'd notice my skating right away.
And to go off of what Alex said, what is one part of your game that you're hoping to work on before you make that jump to the OHL?
I think since this past year was my first year playing D, just knowing where everyone is on the ice and positionally in my zone, where to be, and just learning the defensive system and knowing where to be in every situation. So knowing who I'm on the ice with, especially next year in the OHL, I'm going to be playing against some bigger, more skilled guys. So it's I got to learn how to defend those guys and where to be on the ice.
And also, while I was doing my research, I noticed that you moved from your area in Ottawa to the GTHL, the HL to the GTHL. What exactly enticed you about the GTHL for you to make that move?
I think just the tournaments, it's exciting. I think the league in Ottawa this year, it's not that it's really bad, but I think the GTHL is a lot more exciting. And you have to look forward to things like the OHL Cup, the Silver Stick, and stuff like that. And you also get to play against the top players in the province, right? And you don't play against, Ottawa's not bad, but in the GTHL, you got top guys in the league, and so you get to play against those guys and develop. I get to practice too. First year as a D, I get to practice with the guys like Haig, Martone, and Ben Wilson. So I think the development side was just the right move for me, and I think just there's a lot of things to look forward to in the GTHL. So I think that was why I chose to move.
And one of the big things about your game, as I was doing my own research on you, is your versatility, because you essentially alluded to it earlier that while you're in the HEO, you played as a forward, but then making that transition to the GTHL, you're now playing as a defenseman. With that being said, is it fair to assume that moving forward to the next level, you're going to be sticking as a defenseman, or could hockey fans see you maybe one or two times, play up as a forward sometimes?
I think it's fair to say that I may be sticking to D, but yeah, I think I like to play forward before to develop my skills, and so when I transition to D, I have all the offensive tools to be effective and make me special. But yeah, moving forward, I think I may be sticking to D, and if the team or coach ever needs me to play forward, if we're down for short guys, I think that's a possibility. I'll go play a few shifts on forward, but other than that, I'm a defenseman, and that's why I switched this year to become a defenseman. And I think I'm more valuable as a defenseman. There's so many great forwards out there today. I think I really stick out as a D. So.
And to further talk about my research before this interview, I noticed that you work with popular trainer in the Ottawa area, Tony Greco, I believe is his name, and he's trained players such as Claude Giroux and Jack Quinn. Do you believe his guidance has helped you become the player you are today?
Yeah, for sure. He's a great guy and trainer. Yeah, he trains, like you said, he trains all the top guys like Brant Clark, Giroux, Jack Quinn. And yeah, it's great because I get to train with those guys. I'm in the same group as those guys. And yeah, for sure, he's really helped me develop my skating, my speed. He has a different model of training than other trainers. But I think it's really good, and it's really helped me. It's really helped my game, my conditioning, and my game. And it's I think it's one of the main reasons why I'm able to play the game I play. My intensity and my offensive. It's the reason why I'm able to be so offensive.
Yeah, his presence on social media. He's even been on my For You page a few times on TikTok, and
Yeah,
Even my reels on Instagram. Yeah.
I
You know
chirp
there's
him
those.
sometimes for those, but yeah.
Oh, why exactly?
Some of his videos, the guys at the gym, they chirp him sometimes. It's, sometimes he's really funny. He's like, his personality is just unbelievable. We love the guy. So
Fair
I
enough.
don't know.
For my last question, what were some of the things that you learned while you're playing the GTHL and the HEO that you're going to carry with you going forward in the rest of your hockey career?
I think just, I've learned that there's a lot of good hockey players out there, right? And being in both leagues, there's good players in both. And, it's guys that we battle against, and you're always going to have those guys. Like moving up to the OHL next year, you're going to have older competition to battle to get on the roster, you're to battle for that first power play spot and stuff like that. So the competition is so high everywhere you go, and it's just going to get harder when you, as you move up. So you got to work hard and never get down on yourself and just keep wanting to get better and work.
All valuable things to learn and to take with you throughout your career. And for my last question, this is a question I've asked all of our guests on this draft series, because hopefully by the time this comes out, you'll be drafted to an OHL team, and fans of that organization will be able to come to this, get to know you as a person and as a player, right? So for my last question, if there's one thing OHL fans should know about you, what would that be?
I think that I'm excited to go play for whatever team that drafts me, and I'm going to be a guy who's really fun to be around, and really I motivate the guys around me, and I'll make the environment a good environment. I'm very competitive, so I'll make everyone else around me better, and I love being around people, everyone. So I just can't wait for it to I can't wait to get started. So.
Absolutely, man. A great note to end things off. Henry, listen, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the podcast today, man. Hopefully we can talk to you again once you're an official member of an OHL team.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Absolutely. Be on the lookout for Henry and all of the other prospects we've talked to throughout our 2022 OHL draft series as rounds 1 to 3 of the OHL priority selection start April 29th, Friday. As of right now, it's Monday we're recording this, but Friday, April 29th at 7 p.m. You'll be able to watch it on Rogers TV, You'Re TV, your local community television station, or on the OHL's YouTube channel. So with that being said, that is the end of our draft series for this year. On behalf of myself, Thomas, Henry, and everyone at the Pro Shop Podcast, we thank you so much for watching, and we hope you have a good one. And then we'll just end it.